Hi, my name is Sharon and this is Trio.of.Witches Tarot. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to do a VR to the tag 22 faves. And this was a super fun exercise. Found some cards that I thought that I was going to have gazillions of selections for and didn't have as many as I thought, and some where I was very surprised on how many I did like. So let's just jump in and start. Oh, I didn't explain what the 22 faves is. It's your favorites of the 22 major arcana in the tarot. So since I have multiples for each one, significantly more than one for a few, I am just gonna kind of flip through and we'll have a look and I'll tell you what they are. Won't do too much analysis and let you see what you think about them. So this is the Fool from the Daniloff Tarot. And this is the Fool from the Pagan Otherworlds. And Carnival at the End of the World. Tried to pick cards that were different enough from each other that they had something different to say about the card. This is from the Pythonic Tarot. And the Children of Letha. She feels very Little Red Riding Hood. Blood Moon. Love how he's just he or she is just standing there at this giant opening. I apologize for the chainsaws in the background. Nothing I can do about that. It's the neighbors chopping down a tree. This is from Tabula Mundi. I may get this is just the pocket size. I think I'll probably get the bigger size of this deck. I wasn't sure about it, but I really do like it. And then we have Cheimonette. So those are all my Fools. Next we have the Magician. So this is the Magician from Victorian Romantic. Pagan Otherworlds. Shadowscapes. This is the Czech version, so it's bigger. I highly recommend if you've liked this deck and you don't have the Czech version. I got it from Book Depository. And then I ordered, actually right now, you can order on the website and I'll provide links, the art books. So I have the Major and Minor Arcana books showing up sometime this week. I'm so excited. But I do have the English guidebook, the bigger guidebook that I ordered secondhand from Abe Books. You can probably find it lots of places. Thrift books. I'll try and remember to provide links for all this stuff. This is the Ring Coast Tarot. He's just crazy. This is from one of those historic decks. I got it on Tarot Arts and it's Italian and I can't say the name properly, but I will provide info on it down below. I like how he's more historically like the charlatan than he is a magician, just playing games. Lily White. Like how it's just hands, like controlling the universe. And Intuitive Night Goddess. I love that it's a witch. And just imagine the Fool walking down the road and running across her. So those are my magicians. And we have the High Priestess. And this is one where I was sure I was going to have an insane amount of choices, and I really didn't, because I love this card when it's done the way I guess I have high expectations for this one. I love her. She feels like she's out in the woods doing like a summer solstice ceremony. Victorian Romantic. Oh, this one was Ember and Aura. Sorry. This one is Victorian Romantic. She's doing some kind of spell. Carnival at the End of the World. And I want horns in a veil like that. Can you imagine if you showed up at your wedding in that? And it would be awesome. Pagan Otherworlds. Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery. And Yashira. Throwing some Thothi influence there. Love these eyes down here. Okay, now we have the Empress. Ember and Aura again. I love her. I mean, that's a loaf of bread, but every time I see this, I think it's like a pie. She's so pretty. This is, oh, you're kidding me that I can't remember. Lovely Om. The Lovely Om Tarot. I think that's so pretty too. Divine Feminine Nocturna. Mara Loon. Bumping this. And the Lily White. So pretty. Next we have the Emperor. More of these than I expected, and fewer of the Empress than I expected. But I think they're also similar, that I just kind of whittled that down. So you have the Victorian Romantic. And this is you have two choices for the Emperor. It's the one I chose. Ethereal Visions Luna Edition. Rain Coast. I like how he looks so old. And also that it's just kind of crazy, but he looks old and wise. Blood Moon. There's a lot going on in this one. It's hard to take in all at once. I like how he's protecting his castle or village. And the Marielle. And Cheimonette. And then next we have the Hierophant. So we have Ember and Aura. And I like this one because it does obviously speak to religion, and probably it has very Christian tones to it, but it's not speaking to dogma as much as it is to peace and love and understanding. And Victorian Romantic. This guy's just teaching them Shadowscapes. I love that it's a tree. Carnival at the End of the World. Pagan Otherworlds. And I did a unfair deck comparison of these two and how similar they feel to me. Maraloon. And the Lily White. And then next we have the Lovers. This is the Daniloff Tarot. Victorian Romantic. And there's two choices for the Lovers. This is my favorite. Shadowscapes. Rain Coast. The Botan Tarot. Love that it has the angel wings up here. Blood Moon. And Marielle. I just noticed that there's a face up here, like it's an angel. Huh. Okay, so that was the Lovers. We have the Chariot next. So again, we have the Daniloff Tarot. I love that it's a unicorn and a griffin. And a Victorian Romantic. And I like how it's women and it's more than one person. Pagan Otherworlds. Shadowscapes. Children of Letha. These kind of have a similar feel to me. A little more wild. And Tabula Mundi. And I love that he's a surfer. I really do need to get the bigger version of this deck before it goes out of print. All right. And next we have Strength. Sometimes it's 8 or 11, but I just put them all together. Didn't do it by number. So we have Ember and Aura. Lion's like just a giant stuffed animal. And Victorian Romantic. Huh. I hadn't done these side by side before, but these have a very, very similar vibe to me. And Ethereal Visions Luna. Pagan Otherworlds. That Italian deck I can't say. Lily White. I guess I really do like the ones with the lions, except for the one from Pagan Otherworlds. And finally, the Botan Tarot. I also seem to, and these two are so similar. I seem to prefer the ones where it's more like she's tamed the lion than trying to close its mouth or open its mouth, whichever traditionally is happening. So next we have the Hermit. I have a lot of Hermits. Ember and Aura. I love her in her cave like that. Victorian Romantic. Pagan Otherworlds. Shadowscapes. And while I generally prefer when the Hermit is older, I really do like this one. I love how in Shadowscapes they're all standing up high somewhere in almost all of the cards that feature humanoids. Tarot of the Sevenfold Mystery. Love how barren it is in that. Rain Coast. Oh. Secret of the Rose. Oh gosh, I totally can't remember the name of this deck. It's a Nigel Jackson deck? Oh my heck. All right, well, I will provide info on it below because I totally can't even remember something about a rose. And the Marielle. So that was the Hermit. Next we have the Wheel. Or Fortune, or Wheel of Fortune, or Fortuna. So the Daniloff. What is she standing on? Some kind of serpent. That's so cool. And the Rain Coast. And the other deck I can't say. And Divine Feminine. And Lily White. And Anima Mundi. So that was the Wheel. Okay, so next we have Justice. So, first one's from a new deck I got from a creator in Brazil. It's called the Vetti Tarot. And I just love her. And then we have the Pagan Otherworlds. And Victorian Romantic. She's like, yeah, what have you done? What are we going to do with you? And the Clover Tarot. And she looks like an angry mom. Like, what did you do? Why are you here? Why am I having to deal with you? Again with my Italian deck. And then we have Intuitive Night Goddess. And then next we have the Hanged Man. Carnival at the End of the World. I love how he's all covered in tattoos of stars. And Shadowscapes. Love all the fairies in that one. Children of Letha. And I do have a thing for mermaids. one. And Maraloon. If my deck wasn't down, all my decks weren't downstairs, I'd go see. Oh, actually, I have the box. Let me see real quick. Yeah, it's just called The Rose Tarot by Nigel Jackson. This is Maraloon. And Lily White. I was surprised at how many Hanged Men I liked. I didn't think this is one of my favorite cards. And then an Intuitive Night Goddess, it's named Meditation instead. And finally, Marielle. I love how it looks like wisteria. I'm gonna guess that's wisteria hanging down. Okay, what's next? Death. Death, which surprised me. So Death has been my stalker card for quite a while, and only in the last couple of days stopped being my stalker card. But we have become very friendly with each other. So I think I've come to appreciate all the shades of it. So this is Ember and Aura. Pagan Otherworlds. The Veggie Tarot. Rain Coast. And what is now known as that Italian deck. Anima Mundi. I just started getting familiar with, this is one of my first decks, Anima Mundi was. And I just started revisiting it again. I remember how much I love it. And Divine Feminine. And the Marielle. And I love her. She's amazing. Okay, so now Temperance, there she is. And I love this card, but I didn't find as many, or I had to try harder to find some that I really, really loved. So this one's from the Daniloff. And Ethereal Visions Luna. Pagan Otherworlds. That Italian deck. Interesting. And just looking at the similarities. And Lily White. Every time I see this card from the Lily White, I have my first impulse is that it's the world. And Botan. Terror of the Abyss. And this is the one I colored. An Intuitive Night Goddess. So that was Temperance. And then we have the Devil. And this, I was super surprised how many I had that I liked, because this is not my favorite card. Not by a long shot. So this is the Vetti Tarot. And in the Vetti Tarot, I love that the couple in the Devil card is the same couple from the Lovers card. And Daniloff. And that is an amazing devil. Like, what is happening here? Is it coming out of his groin? And just like people on fire in his belly. The crazy. Ember and Aura. It's so much more peaceful. I mean, it's still the Devil card, but, you know, it's like she hung her wings on her own and put her in that, herself in that cage. Not quite as violent, maybe is the word. And a Victorian Romantic. And there's 2 Devil cards you can choose from. I really love this one. Love how the serpent is part human. And Carnival at the End of the World. And this, if this isn't Midsummer, the movie, and it is an amazing movie, but it will haunt you forever. If you haven't seen it, and you want to, word of caution. And if you have seen it, I would love to hear in your comments below how you feel about Midsummer, because, oh my God. Anyway, yeah. Does this remind you of Midsummer if you've seen it? The Clover Tarot. And that's just amazing. And Lily White. And the devil takes you in his soft embrace. Okay, so next is the Tower. Again, not my favorite card, and I did struggle with this one. It's probably my least favorite of all the majors. So this is the Vetti Tarot. And the Daniloff. Pagan Otherworlds. Trio Visions Luna. Shadowscapes. It's very Lord of the Rings. Pythonic. I love that it's Kali. And Blood Moon. Sorry for all the dog noises. My dogs are in here with me. Velcro dogs. Okay, so next we have the Star. One of my favorites. I guess all the rest are my favorites. So this is the Vetti Tarot. So pretty. Victorian Romantic. Oh, it's just gorgeous. And such a beautiful card to begin with. Brady Tarot. Pythonic. I love all the colors in that one. She's so beautiful. The Lily White. Come on. It's almost like she's a close-up of that one. Intuitive Night Goddess. Anima Mundi. Tabula Mundi. Oh, this one is amazing. It's almost like she's got a black hole she's holding down there. Huh. And Cheimonette. It's like she's floating in a dream. Okay. So there's the star. And then the moon. So we have Ember and Aura. And I love how this speaks to confronting your shadow self. And the Veggie Tarot. Well, those two couldn't be more different, could they? And the Ocean Tarot. And it's funny because I love faces on the moon, and I honestly, I thought that I would have way more moon cards that I absolutely loved than I chose. I thought that was weird. Anima Mundi. And that Italian tarot. And we have the sun. Daniloff. Victorian Romantic. Veggie Tarot. Anima Mundi. Love how free that feels. Rain Coast. Those are fairly similar. I love that it's a... I didn't even notice they had a number 19 on the horse, like it's a racing horse. I love that it's a little angel. And Cheimonette. There was no way I was ever only going to pick one card for each suit of these. Not in a million years. Okay, now you have Judgment, which surprised me too because I didn't think I'd have as many as I did that I like. So it's a Vetti Tarot. And Daniloff. And Pagan Otherworlds. Ethereal Visions. Shadowscapes. Victorian Romantic. That Italian deck. And finally, the world. Again, we have Vetti Tarot. Victorian Romantic. Some of these decks I could have just picked every card in the majors and the lovely Om. Children of Litha. Very fey, isn't it? That Italian deck. Cheimonette. So the Cheimonette has 3 world cards. And this is the one I love and use. So those were all of my selections for my 22 faves. And it was a lot of cards. It's a big stack. I can't even get a hold of all of them. Yeah, that was a big stack of cards. Okay, well that was all my 22 faves. It's a giant stack of cards. It was a lot of cards. I hope you enjoyed that. I had a really good time looking through my decks to find my favorites. I definitely have a select few decks that I really, really love the favorite of the majors from. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching the whole video. Leave a comment below, just the number 22 if you want. Or tell me about your favorites. Do not forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And have a great day. Take care of yourself. Bye. It is July of 2022 and it is time for another deck giveaway. This time it is the Osho Zen Tarot. So this is a deck that I bought and really tried to connect with, so I didn't, I ran out of my Amazon return window. So it's not worth trying to sell because it's, you know, it's mass market, it's not expensive. By the time, you know, I sell it for $5 and then the $10 shipping, it's just like, just what, why? So I'm gonna give it away. Lisa Pepez is the one who convinced me to get this because she loves it. It was her first deck. But, and I, in theory, okay, it's black and white. In theory, I would like it because the artwork is pretty. The colors are pretty, but it's just not my jam. So there are plenty of walkthroughs. I'll go really fast, but there are plenty of walkthroughs of this deck. If you want to go and see, is this a deck I would like to try to win for free. You can do that somewhere else. Probably Lisa Pepez at Supportive Tarot. I'm sure she has gushing walkthroughs because I'm sure I watched them and that's how I got convinced to get this deck. But like I said, it's just not my jam. So I'm not even going to show all the cards. That's pretty. See, that's pretty. That's pretty. But it just, you know, it doesn't ring my bell. So if you'd like to win it, you can comment below in this video with the word Zen and whatever else you want to say. And any video that I post in the month of July of 2022 that I have this at the end of, or where I mention the drawing somewhere and what keyword you should be entering in the comments, then you can enter as many times as you want. And each entry will get you another little piece of paper in my bowl, so it will increase your chances. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and good luck.